betrays me as if I'm saying things
Is
that I'm
that a
not.
yes or a no, Aaron?
Then I mean, I would have to go with, especially with the way the title was, which he retitled. So I would say even the title alone would be yes.
The title was, did you lie on Jason David Frank? Not you lied on Jason David Frank. So a question mark is not a fact. You can't say, oh, if someone said, hey, did Henry lie on Bat and the Sun? You can't be like, well, he didn't say, well, Henry lied on Bat and the Sun. Those two different things matter. So you're saying because he framed the title, did you lie on Jason David Frank? He's lying on you.
I'm saying that is preface setting.
Look, if you could just stick to yes or no, that'd be perfect for everyone.
And you manipulate the truth.
Whoa, Aaron, man, I'm not one of your fans. I'm not one of your fans. But
okay, that's fine.
All right, where's the timestamp where he lied at?
Because I want to talk to you guys.
Where is the timestamp where he lied at? And don't say you didn't watch the video. You've been in his DMs, all types of stuff. Please, where's the timestamp where he lied on you?
I don't know the timestamp. I don't
the video. You want to watch it? We can watch it right now. You want to watch it with me?
I don't have 20 minutes. But what I will say though,
you never got time. No, look. You're not gonna come up here and say Deoxy lied on you or insinuate he lied, and then where's the timestamp?
Henry,
hold
on, Henry.
I'll give you a minute. Go ahead.
Henry, I am here because I want to talk because I feel there's been confusion. I feel like there's been confusion on both sides.
There's no confusion, Aaron. There's no confusion.
Henry, do you want to have peace and understanding between everyone, or do you want to have a sort of toxic relationship?
Look, I don't care about having a relationship with you. I want to know the answer to the question. Did Deoxy lie on you?
He said about the credit thing that was wrong. And that's incorrect.
Whoa. The credit thing was, you did say in your original interview, Jason did not get credit.
Creative credit, correct.
No, you never said creative credit. You never said that. That's a lie. You never said 100%. Did you say he got creative credit, or you did? Look, we can go back and play exactly what you said, so we don't have to get taken out of context.
If you keep talking over me, then I can't answer, and why am I here then? Me and Francis, hold on. You gonna let me talk?
You got it, man. But you're peddling BS right now.
So you're already insulting. That's not looking for peace or resolve. You're already projecting and assuming, which basically, that's a lie, what you're saying.
You said in the video, and I got you on tape admitting that you said JDF did not get credit. Now
correct. What was ready?
Now you're coming back and saying we meant creative credit.
Okay, ready?
Go ahead.
The topic in which I was talking to Francis about that was stated at the beginning was creating the project. And I said, Jason never got credit for that. Now, did I ever have a structure, a sentence where it said creative and credit in the same sentence? No, I did not. And for the way that internet standards are now and how you can pick and choose and stuff like that, I probably should have. But the topic at hand was Jason creating something and that he never got credit for it. So I was saying he never got credit for creating something. He got credit for consulting something. Very different.
You never said consulting in your first interview. You never said it.
Correct. You're right. I didn't say that.
You never said consulting credit. You specifically said credit. That's it. You left it at credit. Correct. You never said creator credit. So when you say Deoxy is lying on you, we all know that it's a lie. That you're saying he lied on you is a lie.
If you edit out certain parts of a conversation, then you can be like, oh, they've done it to everyone and they shouldn't do that. Like I said, I'll give you an example again.
We went back and watched it. He didn't edit it out. He had the whole segment in the video. Did you watch the video? That's why I said we could watch the video.
I have watched the video. Now, here's the thing is, this is what Henry.
Wait, hold on. Look. You're saying he edited out, but we watched the video. We showed that he didn't edit out. He had your whole conversation up from Solo to Dragon to the beginning to the end.
Right. And in there, what you're saying, so you're saying that we have the whole thing in there. You're saying he put that all in there.
It's all in there. That's why I offered to watch the video with you so we can go to the timestamp. But you could say, oh, he cut this out. He played the whole thing through.
Okay. Well, then if he did, I watched the video. Don't get me wrong. I watched the video. If he kept all that in there, then why are you making such a big deal out of me not stipulating that it's about him creating it then?
I'm making a big deal because you said, hold on, I'm making a big deal. I'll show you exactly why I'm making a big deal. Right here. Share this tab. Let me get this out of here. Right here. This is exactly why I'm making a big deal out of it. You said there are a lot of talkers, haters online. This guy posted a video full of false info, yet you cannot say anything that was false in the video. You have yet to say anything. You keep talking around it. And edited my interview, so a lot of details were missing, which we went back, we watched the video. The whole entire conversation is in there. So I reached out so he could talk to me directly. He won't respond, liars and cowards. This is completely BS. And like I said, we can watch the video right now. You can see everything in there. So what is false in the video?
I mean, if you, like I said, from what I saw, it looks like that was edited. But here you go, Henry. This is what I'm trying to call you and tell you about.
Aaron,
Henry,
you're not answering the question.
Henry, I'm trying to talk to you as a person.
You're trying to talk to you. I am coming at you because I say, hey, what's false in the video? You can say, hey, Henry, what's false in the video is at this timestamp A, B, C, this is false.
Right. Okay. So this is why I called you. I'm trying to talk to you as a person here, Henry. So originally, when I watched the video, I watched it once. I'm always doing a bunch of different stuff. So a lot of this stuff is not top priority for me in terms of absorbing knowledge and different stuff like that. Not to say what you guys do isn't important, because it's very important, because I know it's a lot of your livelihoods, and I think it's great that you guys do it, and you have to go hard on it, and that's good.
It's not my livelihood. Keep going.
Okay, that wasn't an insult. I'm saying that's great. I mean, I'm sure probably it's a good thing for you guys, and you guys are very passionate about it. I originally reached out to him to say, hey, it seems like there's some misedited facts here. It's been broken up. So I could go, I mean, I don't really have time to watch the video back with you and compare the two. They seem like it's edited. The versions are edited. And that's what happens is you contort the truth. Now, I have spoken with Deoxy.
We saw. Why did you ask him to take the video down originally?
Because in the video, he has a very negative spin.
Who cares? It's YouTube. That's not grounds to remove a video.
And this is I'm glad you brought that up. Because in the world that I live in with people, don't come to a negative conclusion in life. He has a negative spin. I go, that's not cool. I'm not trying to be negative to the community at all. Maybe we can work something out. Also, Henry, I'm here to talk to you because I don't like all the animosity and hate and everything like that.
There's no hate. I'm just calling you out for what you did. Look, you're so lucky that you're not more popular, because the stuff you pulled with Deoxy would definitely get you canceled ASAP. Telling someone to take a video down that has a negative spin and then threaten lawyers, it's weak. It's weak. And also, what would you tell your lawyers? He made a video with a negative spin about me. Did he defame you? No. Did he slander you? No.
Right. Henry, for as much court as you say that you've been to, you understand when you enter in conversation with someone that's opposing you and possibly saying things that are false, you have a lawyer on the phone to make sure that everything is documented correctly so that there is no back and forth.
You don't need a lawyer on the phone. You can record the conversation yourself.
That's illegal. You can't do that.
In my state, you can.
In California, you cannot. You have to have a lawyer present.
You have two-party consent.
Henry, did you not know?
I know California. California is a two-party consent state. You have to say, hey, Aaron, I'm recording this conversation. You have to say, okay, you are free to record the conversation. There's no we have to have a lawyer for present.
But you have to have a lawyer to make sure that no one messes with it. If you have two-party consent, then he could record something and take it out of context, which has already happened. And I don't want that to happen. So you have to have lawyers present to make sure that it's equal across the board.
Anything else you want to add, Aaron?
There's been a lot of people here saying things, and I was like, if you guys want to say it to my face, I'm happy to answer it.
Why don't you go on your own platform and cut videos to respond to people?
You guys want to, because I don't have time, and that's not a priority to me. And it's obviously a big priority to you guys. So I'm trying to help you guys understand. You have a lot of hate, and I'm trying to make sure that's alleviated. You have a lot of questions.
There's no hate.
That's all. Wait, Henry, all you guys have been for the last 4 hours.
No, it's not
Hen,
hating. You
Hen,
slid into a D. Like, look, bruh.
Hen.
You can try to spin it as hate, and your fans will believe that. Hey, he's spreading hate. Here are facts. Why did you delete your tweets? By the way,
They're not deleted.
They're still there.
Yeah, they're still there.
Well, I apologize. We got to go find them because when I went to go look for them, they were not there.
They're still there. I didn't delete them.
Okay. So you're cool with asking them to take down the video that's negative of you, that paints you in a negative light, in your opinion?
Yeah, of course. And if I had misconstrued something that was wrong about someone else and said, Aaron, that's incorrect, can you please take that down? I'd be like, oh, I understand. I don't want to create extra hate.
I would have told you to fuck off. 100% would have.
I guess I'm a lot nicer than you, but okay.
I 100, like other people would have told you the same thing. And it is cool. You can come up here with the demeanor and all that. So do you feel like everything, how you handled the Deoxy situation was fair and just?
So what I will say on that is, a lot of times your intentions don't come across online and that gets lost. So I feel that I could see how you guys think that I was coming across as really like angry or threatening or whatever, but that's why I came on here, and that's why I reached out to him to say, hey, let's have a conversation, because I'm not threatening. I would not do that.
Okay. Do you think you handle everything fair and just? It's a yes or no.
I could have handled it better.
What could you have done better?
Probably just explained more, just gone more into detail, like let him know, like, hey, I'm not threatening you. Hey, please respond. I'm not angry with you. I don't mean any harm to you or anything like that.
Does he owe you a response?
No one owes anyone a response. But I think when you reach out to someone about, especially when you make a video that drums up a lot of hate about someone and you have a lot of questions, like I said, I'm not owed any response, not at all. No, but I'm saying if I see creating a lot of anger and hate among the community and I go, oh, let me see if I can straighten some of this out. I would like to clarify so that the information's out there. I don't like seeing everyone get angry. You know what I'm saying? That's why I always tell like Francis or whoever, even you, I was like, if you have questions for me, I'd love to answer them, because I do think, that words get misconstrued and taken out of context, and no one's perfect, and I've made mistakes, and I would like to clarify and come on here and be like, hey, because I see like the guy before, the gentleman, there's a guy that was in the car and he had glasses on and he was real angry the whole time. He was spewing all kinds of hate and anger and assumptive thing. Brent, yeah. I'd love to talk to
Brent. Come up, man.
Okay, sure. Hi.
Hey, Brent, how's it going?
Hold on.
Hi.
Before we go forward, we got a super chat that says the difference between Deoxy and Aaron, Deoxy isn't trying to make a career with these people. He reviews his content, puts it out by the community, yet he's acting like a bigger man. I'm really shocked he changed the title or even entertained the conversation, but he wanted to go along to get along, because you mentioned lawyers and he wanted no part of that. But you, at no point did you ever say, hey, there's no lawyers going to be involved.
Was that a question for me?
No. Go ahead, Brent. What would you like to say to Brent?
No, I saw Brent had a lot of questions for me, and I would love to answer them, because he seems very angry, and I heard a lot of the questions.
You see how he paints you as you're angry. No, but go ahead, Brent. Maybe you are angry, and I'm making hate.
Brent, were you angry?
Well, that's how all the streams. I come on here regularly, so that's how we do things usually. So it's not like.
So was I wrong? Was I wrong in interpreting that you were angry?
I mean, I'm passionate, yeah. I mean, but like angry, like like no. That's how we do things usually here. So
okay.
You're new. So.
What about the fact that during the questioning you deflected and said we should be worried about the wars? Do you remember?
Oh
that?
yes. So Aaron, we all know that global politics affects people in many different ways. That's why we have elections. People get passionate about Kamala Harris, Donald Trump. We all have our different viewpoints. And those are legitimate conversations that we have all around the country. Yeah. But people don't come to the Power Rangers fandom. They don't come to HenryResilient's channel. They don't go to conventions like LA Comic-Con, where I saw you posing with the Power Rangers, people cosplaying as Power Rangers. They don't go to these conventions to discuss politics. They go to these conventions to meet their favorite celebrity guests, to discuss their favorite episode, to discuss business question, like the business workings, because we don't know. We have very limited knowledge of the entertainment industry. So we go to these conventions to ask those questions. We don't go to these conventions to discuss Russia, Ukraine, and all that kind of stuff. So I felt like you bringing that up was not really fair, because we as fans, we're not here to discuss that. If we wanted to discuss those things, we would go to a political rally. We would go to a political convention.
Right. No,
So,
can I clarify then? Because maybe there was some misunderstanding.
sure.
So the reason why I said that, because I said a lot of this stuff, like, and people get, and you said passionate, I said angry. Maybe I heard it as anger when it's passion, and that's my mistake. Is that people go on and they get so fervent and so heated, and I'm like, oh, I see that in like our political system, and that's terrible. A lot of with Beatdown, and a lot of the, I'll create a lot of discussions on my channel and on my page about this character versus this character, and then it's all just kind of silly, kind of back and forth. And that's but like wonderful silliness. Like, it's like I grew up in a comic shop and debating, who's a better football player or who's a better superhero. I mean, that's why we created the show. So I was saying that I hate to see people get so intense, or what I perceive as intense. I'm saying, like, me on here, I said, we have like real wars and real stuff that's going on. I consider these kind of conversations kind of silly. And that sounds derogatory, but it's not meant to be. It's kind of like a blessing that we can argue. Like, I've gotten into some arguments with people online about superheroes fighting, Captain America versus Master Chief. And then I'll realize, like, wait a minute, are you like actually angry that Master Chief lost? I'm like, this is kind of, I was being silly with you. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's what I was saying in that statement. I was saying, remember that there are real problems, and this bickering that we're doing is a blessing to have. It's positive. I'm always trying to, like, let's keep it a little lighter. I don't know if that came across. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I.
Yes, it did. Yes, I'm sorry, but absolutely. And the mere mention of that's gonna rub people the wrong way. Whether you try to clarify it later or not, the mere mention of that is very condescending.
Why
and
condescending?
Because to say that there's bigger problems. We're not here to discuss politics.
Yeah.
And if people choose to have those heated conversations, then they should, if they get so passionate about it at that moment, they should, that's their prerogative. And I feel like that we shouldn't, because that type of reasoning is not used only you're not the first one to say that. Like,
right.
Like in everyday life, you argue about, like, you stole, you didn't give me what I paid for at the supermarket or at a grocery store. Are you going to say, oh, there's bigger problems to worry about? Or let's say, if not just that, you're arguing about politics. Let's say Kamala Harris, Donald Trump, there's people starving. Like, where do you draw the line as to what is quote unquote more important? I think I get what you're saying, but kind of like, yeah.
So I would say, I didn't mean to rub you the wrong way. And I personally live my life as always, like, there's always like horrific things out there. But let's not get too angry. And that's why a lot of my position is always kind of chill. Like, so what you're saying, where do I draw the line on that? I don't draw the line anywhere on that. I don't like to argue it at all. I'll get these little kind of conversations. I was like, but as far as like, because even like Francis is like, Aaron, don't get angry. I was like, I really don't, because I've lost people in my life. I've seen things that were very tragic, and I was like, I know what that's like, and I'm glad that we can come to this community and just kind of argue about silly things. And I was like, and I've seen a lot of people let it corrupt them. And actually, a big part of White Dragon is about misplaced hate and aggression and how it eats you alive. So that's kind of like how I am all the time. But that wasn't meant to be an insult or derogatory towards anyone. I'm just always just kind of chill all the time. And that's why I come on here, and I'm happy to talk with you guys, because it's all, I mean, we're like, as silly as it sounds, like, we're all alive right now talking about fictional characters. Like, how cool is that?
Okay. That's great. All right. Good. All right. So here is the text message you sent to Deoxy, where you accused, first you said he was painting you as false and cutting details out. But the reason you really wanted to delete it is because you said, look at the comments. Everyone is saying I'm lying, which you heard the audio I played. Now, remember, when Deoxy made the video, that audio was not available. So therefore, this, hey, I wasn't lying, which Deoxy never said you were lying if you watched the video, but I don't think you did. And also, you've been here long enough where we could have watched Deoxy's video. But people are only coming towards your video and not seeing the other. Why is this? Hey, the comment section is not painting me in a positive light, and no one's watching my Francis clip. You should delete your video. Why is that your logic? Because of the comment section, as opposed to the content in the video.
Because context and truth. If you preside one thing without the other, and it balances it out, then if you're looking for a whole package. Oh, did we lose Brent?
Yeah, I think we did.
I'm here.
There's there.
I'm here.
If you're looking, because to me, you should always seek the truth on it, right? And if there's always like pieces that can be put together, then you should look at both together.
Okay.
You know, if someone quotes someone and you're like, oh, I don't want to hate anyone. What was really said? You know what I'm saying?
That's right. Donald Trump comes out today and let's say this, right? Donald Trump comes out and says, hey, you know, I never worked with Aaron from Bat in the Sun. They show a clip on Tuesday of you working with Aaron and Trump, right?
Mm-hmm.
They cut the video, they put it out. And then on Wednesday, they say, oh, I never worked with Aaron on the campaign with Donald Trump. Should the people who made the video proving that Trump worked with you delete the video because now Trump clarified that he meant the campaign? You see where I'm going with this? Because you said, hey, he didn't get credit. And then on the live stream, you said creator credit.
Okay, so this is an issue that we disagree on in terms of the context of what that was said, and we're going to keep disagreeing on that, and that's fine. A lot of times they will redact something, or they'll add like a little footnote onto it as far as what it is, and that's it. You know, they'll clarify, oh, this was taken out of context, and it will be updated. They update articles all the time like that.
Not videos though.
Or they'll do like a follow-up video explaining how, like, oh, I do have more information now or stuff like that. That's why I was telling Deoxy, I was like, are you gonna do a follow-up video, kind of like now reiterating
what if he doesn't?
If he doesn't do one?
Yeah,
I mean, he just doesn't do one. I would appreciate it if he did, but if he doesn't, he doesn't.
Does he owe you one?
No, he doesn't owe me anything.
Okay.
And he's never owed me anything, but I wanted to reach out to him and talk to him and create a conversation with him.
All right.
Because just like anything, I think communication is great. Because sometimes, Henry, you and me won't agree on things.
We gonna never agree on some things, Aaron, but that's okay.
That's fine. That's fine. But I come on here saying I want to make peace and help everyone understand everything. Because even like Brent was asking, he was talking about like budget and money and
Brent's a millionaire. He you know, it is what it is.
Okay.
Let me get some questions from the chat. Me and Aaron will never agree. Aaron is of the opinion that Deoxy lied based on the title with no timestamp. You have no specific timestamp, right?
Wherever he talks about that, yeah.
I mean, we could watch it, but it's all there. He put it all. It's all in there.
How long is the video?
Like 20 minutes. And the only part that you need to watch is like 5.
I'd have to go back and watch I have to go back and watch. I have to compare it to you and see where the edits are.
he has you in here for the whole we wasn't credited thing, which I've said to you personally.
Okay. I mean, Henry, would it make you happy if we watched it?
Man, it would bring me so much joy.
Okay, let's watch it.
All right, guys.
Henry, here you go. Ready?
What's up?
I want you to observe, take in.
I'm gonna take it all in, man. I'm gonna take it all in. Now, all right, guys.
Hold on. No. I'm gonna say, I want you to take in what I'm about to say to you.
Go ahead.
Is that I come on here. I don't mind being proven wrong. I am truly seeking just peace and good community. And I was like, if that's what you want to do and that'll make you happy, because that's ultimately what I'm after.
I appreciate this, Aaron. If you could just lend me probably 5 minutes of your time,
okay,
we could eliminate this whole ordeal. Okay.
Okay.
All right, guys. In the meantime,
if I'm wrong, then that's fine. I'll say that I'm wrong.
I want a full apology to Deoxy and you to delete the goddamn post about him saying that it was false stuff.
If it is, then I will go through and do it.
All right. Let's run it. Hold on, guys. Now look, I'm not gonna make you sit through the whole 20 minutes. I don't think that's necessary. We can only go by the part of credit. And to make matters better, I do have France's video too, side by side. So we could play it, and let's give me a second. I gotta make sure. I want to make sure.
and for the record, Henry, I would love to be wrong. To me, being right or being wrong doesn't really matter. I want to get rid of this riff.
I just want you to say that Deoxy didn't lie on you. If you say that, we don't have to even watch the movie.
Okay, I mean, it could maybe I misheard, misread, misunderstood. You know,
all right.
It's very possible.
Let's go, guys. This is Aaron reacting live to Deoxy. Big balls, Aaron, guys. Big balls is in the chat because he came on here not once but twice on my platform.
The whole short.
Can you hear it?
Who's that? Who's that?
This is
11 shots.
That username you just said.
I said big balls in the chat.
Yeah, who's is that? Like a regular on here?
No, that's you. You got big balls for coming on the chat, you know. So
okay, sorry.
Anytime someone of status comes in here, you know, despite us having disagreements and me probably being angry, hatred, whatever people want to call it, I always respect the people who are willing to sit down and go through it. So now we have the video. Your part starts at 11, but we want to make sure everything is in here. And let's go.
Only. And I think 10 of the 11 are VFX shots. So it was quite extensive. I reached out to Ron Wasserman, who had done the music on the original show and had, he did the theme song, go, go Power Rangers. He did the theme songs for, I know he came back.
Can you hear by any chance? Okay.
He did SPD. But anyway, he's very iconic within that world as well. And so he scored this promo for us. We dropped it like a few days before the book was the first issue of the event was.
If you want me to pause it to provide context, if you want me to pause it, just say I'll pause it if you want to interject into it.
No, I was basically saying despite Jason inevitably not liking this video, Kyle did a great job with this video.
Oh, yeah. I thought it was great. I mean, before we get to it, now we got you. Why did he hate Lord Draken, just for the record?
So what happened was, and people were like, he signed my books and that's not true. So Jason in the beginning really liked Draken. He really, really liked Draken. He felt that it was partly something that he built from the ground up. And he loved that this was something that was not really his because he doesn't own the IP, but there was a lot of plans and a lot of this isn't like, because Kyle, like Jason talks that he doesn't like Kyle. And like I said, I introduced Kyle to Jason and then they started working together. But it's tricky because I don't know how much I really blame Kyle. A lot of it obviously falls down on Saban and falls down on Hasbro. And Jason was promised a lot of things like, hey, come down and promote our movie. Hey, come down and promote this. Hey, come down and promote this and we'll give you this. We'll give you this. We'll give you
okay,
this.
So hey, come do work for us and then we'll do Lord Draken and or whatever.
We'll do that kind of stuff. And Jason really wanted creative credit. I said it this time, clarify.
Better say it.
On stuff that because the brand was very kid oriented, and as it should be, that's what it is. And he wanted to interject. He always wanted to make a darker, more gritty, kind of old man Logan type Tommy story. And that's what him and me worked on. And we pitched the Dark Lord Dragon back in 2013, and we kept pitching it, and they kept saying, we're going to do it, and then we're going to do it as a comic book. And so when this happened, he was like, he's like, they're doing it. And I was like, cool, great. He was on board with Kyle. I was not involved with this. People, and you've said it too, Henry, that I'm mad that I didn't get credit, which I don't. I'll be honest with you, Henry. That doesn't matter to me. And I'll tell you a story.
Here, I'll save you. Even okay. Kyle said the credit that he got for doing, I think Lord Draken, the money he received from it was just enough to pay 1 month's rent. So,
yeah, it's so low. Like what they pay comic creators is terrible. It's terrible. And, I, as Jason's friend, my main thing was him getting credit. Like I'll give you a story here. Like, I got Jason the job as emissary on the Transformer Machinima show, right? I fought for him to do the voice on that cartoon. And I told him, I said, the only thing that matters to me is that let me tell him he got the role because I want to see his excitement. I want to see that he feels that he accomplished this, that that pat on the back. So when they were doing Lord Draken's Shattered Grid, I was like, oh man, that's like the story that we pitched. He's like, yeah, but they're still going through it. And it's like, I still get to do what I wanted. And I was like, that's great, Jason. I'm so glad you get to do the story. You know, I mean, him and me worked on it for a long time, but maybe Kyle's found a better way to get at it, you know? And so I was really happy for Jason. Like, I was like, cool, that's great. Just make sure that they're not stringing you along, because in the years that I had worked with Jason with Saban, boy, did they string Jason along. Like, he would show me texts and emails about, he's like, they're going to do the Green Ranger series. They said they're going to do it. They just need me to promote this. And I'd be like, great. And then they wouldn't do it. So what happened was, this fell the same way. And afterwards, you know, because Jason was at the beginning, he was all excited about Kyle. Kyle was cool. He's obviously a good writer. And then when things didn't turn out as Jason was promised, he felt it basically like encapsulated. And I don't know how much, you know, I don't think it was, and I don't think it was like Kyle I'm the one that's trying to mess everyone up. I mean, I would assume that's probably the shareholders essentially, you know, and Kyle just went along with it. I wish Kyle was maybe a better friend to Jason and stuck up for him.
God damn.
What?
I mean, we haven't heard Kyle say anything, but hey, your opinion is your opinion, man. Go for it.
And I don't know either. I've never gotten into an argument with Kyle personally. A lot of my frustration or anger with Kyle is just from what Jason told me, you know, but then again, me and Jason have had arguments, and I'm sure vented to other people that Aaron's frustrating the hell out of me and whatever and stuff like that, you know. But in the end, though, Jason, Lord Draken symbolized, in the Shatter Grid, symbolized a lot of the betrayal that he had gone through. And in this time, because normally before, when he would get strung along, he would not put his own money into it, essentially. But Jason paid for everything here because he was so like sold on that, like Boom and Kyle were like, we're good people, and they were going to do right by him. And I was like, if that's great, you know, that's do you, Jason. I just want to see you smile. And when that didn't happen, he was so it just hit a nerve in him that was already so like scarred, and he's like, I put all the money into it. I paid for everything. And he goes, I owned everything on that project. That project wouldn't have happened without me. He's like, Lord Draken blew up. And Kyle, I think, talks about this, that the comic blew up because of that trailer, you know, and he's like, I'm the one that made that happen. He goes, and then he goes, I just get left in the, like, nothing never happened from that. They sold comic books. He's like, we didn't get this. We didn't get that. He goes, my name's not even on it in the book. He goes, I get nothing. He goes, I get one, like, basically a producer credit. And he's like, that's all I got. And I was like, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry that happened, you know? And so I don't know, did that answer your question?
That answered it. Let's get to it makes sense. We're cool. That was just more for the fans. I had no issues about him not liking Lord Draken. But here is the part for the Deoxy video. Your part is only like maybe 2-3 minutes, but he has the whole conversation with you and Francis in there
coming out. Okay. So it was a ton of work, but like it was like super fulfilling and super worth it. And it was a blast to work with JDF. You know, he was really happy with how it turned out as well. And like I said, I have an awesome helmet.
Now, also in the interview, it was brought up that JDF and Aaron worked on this project called Rise of the Emerald Dragon or Emerald Dragon. There was a lot of dragon related stories that was brought up in this interview that they worked on. But apparently this Rise of the Emerald Dragon comic book or idea, it was stolen from Boom Studios and Kyle Higgins that they turned into Soul of the Dragon.
So, and then the dragon thing happened, and that all fell apart, and Jason was frustrated with that. And I was like, let's go back to, let's just pitching the comic book again. So then we ended up speaking to.
Okay, go ahead.
So so right here. So when I says, and then that happened, and then it goes on it. Do you have in Deoxy's video? Do you show the first part?
Hold on, let's bring it up. It's Francis, baby. Give me a
no. In Deoxy's video, does Deoxy show how you went into the Shatter Grid part with me talking?
He talked about you having stolen projects from you.
Right, but do you have the part before?
What I want to do is play the part for the audience.
Oh, okay.
All right. I get what I see exactly where you're trying to go.
Okay.
We have the videos. It is because we were just watching it right here,
and they have,
and we have the timestamp. Because I can see the wheels turning in your head. Give me a second. So Give me a second because it's in the whatchamacallit. Boop. Boop. All right. So which part do you want? Or here's Francis' video. This is
Okay.
your video right here. Okay.
Okay.
I believe this is before. Okay, here we go right here.
Apart, and Jason was frustrated with that, and I was like, let's go back to let's just pitching the comic book again.
Now, if you want us to go back further.
Yeah, go back further.
Okay, we can go back. That's the 23-minute mark. Let's go back to the 21. We'll go back to 21. Okay, where you basically talked about the Lord Draken stuff.
Okay.
And I'm happy you brought this up because we watched this and I'm like, hey, creator credit never comes up. Let's go.
Promote this for us, Jason. Promote this for us. But we'll get around to it. And they kept stringing them along. And
is this a good starting point for you? Or do
is this the beginning of it?
This is not the beginning of the hour and 45 interview, but this is the part where you say he promoted stuff and they would never do his projects.
Is this the beginning? Because I like I said, I never really watched my video that I did originally. So I'm just trying to figure out where we first talk about Jason and pitching projects. Because I know Francis asked me that question. Do you know what I'm saying?
Here we go, right here. It starts with the voting. It starts with the voting where you pitch the voting, but let's go through it so you can see if this was relevant or brings up the creator credit. Let's give him his due.
Saban, we had the whole pitch package, the whole thing gone off, and then we sent it. And this is a long time ago. I mean, this is 9 years ago or something.
I remember that. Yeah.
And we sent them
the images and everything. I still have my email.
But yeah, we redesigned it. Do you ever she asked the question? The way that kind of
sure. Let's see.
Kind of go back to the very beginning where it gets brought up.
It's a long interview.
Right. No, I'm just saying where she asked the question and then we go into pitching stuff to Saban. Because I know the original that was the interview originally wasn't even supposed to be about that. It was supposed to be about White Dragon.
Remember that?
And and Saban, we had the whole pitch package, the whole thing gone off. And then, we sent it. And this is a long time.
Give me a second. I didn't expect you to want to go this far back, but it starts off with the Kickstarter. Were you talking about the Kickstarter?
Kickstarter, you guys raised all that. I don't remember exactly how much money was raised.
$500,000.
So you go from Kickstarter to Legend of the White Dragon.
And raised it, which is for a Power Ranger, let's say fan film. Let's say for a fan, it was supposed to be like a film made, not a huge theater film. Any Power Ranger related project, it was successful in the Kickstarter. We've seen many other movies, The Order, raised.
It's probably a little weird watching that old interview, but let's keep going.
Yeah, it is a little bit
because you're like looking like I've done this plenty of times. I watch myself when people said I'm lying. I have to go back and watch the tapes as well. So let's go.
What 143,000, but was never done. But the Kickstarter for Legend of the White Dragon blew up. It was done. You guys started filming. What do you think was the catalyst that got you guys moving into Legend of the White Dragon?
Before you answer this, someone wants to put some respect on your name. And they say, okay. I salute Bat in the Sun for being here and being absolutely chill. But where Deoxy 360 lie?
That's fine.
We gonna get to it, guys.
That's fine. That's why I'm here. So originally when I met Jason all those years ago at his place, we talked about this original idea that was supposed to be a homage to Power Rangers, very much like Rebel Moon is a homage to Star Wars, or the Seth MacFarlane's new show, the Star Trek. I just got renewed for a 4th season. I forget the name of the show, but that's a homage to Star Trek. So it was supposed to be, you can see that some of the similarities, but it's supposed to be different. And then that actually kind of migrated into us to being like, well, why don't we just pitch a show to Saban, a Green Ranger show? And that was Legend of the Emerald Dragon.
Remember that?
And Saban, we had the whole pitch package, the whole thing gone off, and then we sent.
This is where Deoxy starts at, right here.
Okay, where now? Show me. Now, does he keep all this? It's hard to keep all this.
He keeps it all, man. He keeps it all.
So show me Deoxy's video on. Is that where where you just showed me? Is that where you just started?
No. Here is Deoxy. No. Did I not share the screen? That was Francis stuff. You were just
no. I know that. I was saying now show where Deoxy where
this is Deoxy's video right here.
Okay.
Okay. You ready for Deoxy?
Yeah.
He starts it exactly where we left off at.
Bryce over at Boom, and we were like, hey, let's make Legend of the Emerald Dragon a thing. And they were like, we like this old man Tommy thing, which is what Jason always said. And we started developing it over there. And then they brought on Kyle to write the story. And then we were going to get credited and all that kind of stuff because it was our story. And then the day of, they reached out to me and Jason and said, hey, we're going to press and we're going to announce the book tomorrow, but we have legally changed the story just enough to where we don't have to credit you guys. And then we're dropping it wrong. And
that Jason, was Soul of the Dragon, correct?
And that was Soul of the Dragon, yes.
Now, if you own a copy of Soul of the Dragon, whether it be physical, digital, if you own a copy, in the last paragraph...
When is the Shattered Grid thing? Where was that? I'm just trying to understand the context where we're at.
Well, we're talking Legend of the Dragon not getting credit. If you want to jump to Shattered Grid, that does come up. But
I'm talking, is the Shattered Grid before or after this? That's what I was talking. That's what I was asking you about.
In your interview?
In Deoxy's interview.
The Shattered Grid stuff is after this.
No,
Shattered Grid was before. Shattered Grid was before.
Because that's what I'm trying to understand. Like I'm just we're both we're both things were.
We could watch the whole video. We could do the whole thing where you basically said I can't remember the issue where everyone is saying the community.
Okay. So go. Okay, no. So you hit play. Okay. I understand. Okay, I'm sorry.
This is the you never got credit for Soul of the Dragon.
Okay. Yeah. So he hit credit. Yeah. I understand. Sorry, I got confused.
So there's no falsity or manipulation in credit.
So hit play on the thing in there.
Okay.
Paragraph that says, from Kyle Higgins, artist Giuseppe Gaffro, and special consultant Jason David Frank, comes the final story for the history's mightiest Power Ranger. So JDF did work on Soul of the Dragon with Kyle, and he was the special consultant on the story. So this contradicts whatever Aaron was saying in that interview, where he was saying that Boom Studios and Kyle stole those ideas from him.
Okay.
So, and here's where we're going to disagree, but he says that this contradicts what I said. Okay. Which, and I'm going to offer you an olive branch here to say that we're both right. Okay. Hold on, Henry.
I'm trying, man. I'm fighting it. Go ahead.
I know. Hold on. So in the video, he showed the whole thing. And I say clearly in his video, I basically say we came up with the story. We pitched it, we, created it, that sort of stuff. Right? I said all that, right?
Yes, you did.
And I said, and then we never got credit for it. Right?
Just credit, right? Just credit.
Well, on the topic of what we're talking about, we never got credit for creating and pitching and coming up with the story. Sure. So that I said that. And then he goes, well, Jason got consulting. So that's contradictory to what Aaron's saying. Aaron's not telling the truth. And I go, well, no.
What?
Now, hold on.
He never said you wasn't telling the truth, Aaron.
In the title, it says, did Aaron lie?
That's very different than Aaron lied.
But hold on. We'll just go back here. We'll go back. He says that is contradictory to what Aaron said. That is a statement. That's not a question.
Exactly. I'm with you.
That is not a contradiction to what I said. It's not. I said that he did not get credit for us pitching and creating the story. We can go back and I can point out the words.
And he showed that that Jason got special consulting credit. Now, if you're
Correct.
trying to say special consulting credit is still credit.
It is not. Okay, but here, this one I'm going to talk to you, okay? It is not the credit in which I was speaking of. Now, I was not as, hold on.
You expected us to read your mind, though, and say that
No, here's, okay, so hold on, Henry.
Go ahead.
Okay. In the interview that I originally did, when I said that me and Jason came up with a story, we pitched the story that we created, we never got credit. Okay. Now, I assumed that most of you guys would know, and maybe you didn't, and that was probably my mistake, that when and maybe I just live in the pitching writing world too much to just assume these things. But when you're saying, when you create something and you want credit for it, you want credit for story, right? And a consulting credit is so different. Now, maybe like, I thought that was more well known, and it looks like that Deoxy Ash didn't know that. You know what I'm saying? That he might have, like, I thought from my watching it, I was like, oh, those are way different. You know what I'm saying? It's like a starring role versus like extra in a background. I go, those are not the same thing. And I'd be like, Jason wasn't in the movie. And you're like, he was an extra. And I was like, well, he wasn't in the movie.
What? Now look.
Hold on.
Go ahead. That's a great analogy.
You're like, technically you could take it both ways. Right?
I take it in the literal way. If you say he wasn't in the movie and I see him credited as an extra, then he was in the movie.
Right. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm painting this example. But what I was talking about when I was doing the interview with Francis, I thought that the generalization was pretty obvious. Now, I felt that Ash was taking that and being like, this contradicts what Aaron says. Aaron's a liar based upon his heading. Okay. Right. And I was like, oh, I wasn't trying to lie. You know what I'm saying? Then this is where it seems that you are spinning a motive or an agenda because it's coming negative right off the bat. If he went on there and said, if Deoxy says, now he was credited, now maybe Aaron meant creator credit, or maybe he created this. I don't know what Aaron meant. But going on, this contradicts what Aaron said. And you're like, well, it doesn't, because it is interpreted. This is what I'm saying, that it could go either way. Now, I did not have the intention to manipulate or whatever. And in Deoxy's video, he also says that he didn't have that intention either. Although he came to foregone conclusions based upon a video where I didn't overly clarify something, which is why I reached out to him originally and was be like, hey, let's talk, because I feel like we're miscommunicating. But then when he didn't respond and left me on red for 8 or 10 hours, I was like, oh, you're trying to actually be like aggressive and negative. And I was like, I'm not all about that. Like, now you're trying to spread negativity. And in all the comments, and a lot of his thing was negative in a way, in terms of being like, Aaron's wrong. That's
wrong.
But hold
on, but no one can
it's his
prove
opinion,
it.
right? But it's like, it was never like, oh, Aaron's right. That's interesting. It was always very Aaron's wrong. And I was like, why are you being negative? I'm just trying to come on, just like I'm coming on here with you, Henry.
I'm waiting.
I just want to just be honest and open with everyone and just talk. So when I reached out to him, I was like, hey man, I think our wires are crossed, or whatever I said. I'd love to talk with you. And then when he left me on red, and I was like, well, okay, are you trying to be negative to me? That's why I was like, well, the next time we speak then, because if we both have good intention, I trust you, lawyers don't need to get involved. But if your job is like, I'm going to just needle you and make you look negative, I was like, well, then I need to have my lawyer listen in to make sure that everything is cool. That's why I brought up the lawyer thing, because he left me on red for like 9 hours, and I was, or 7 hours or whatever it was. But does that make sense, Henry?
I know exactly what.
Does that make sense?
It's about as clear as mud. So because of you being in the industry, if you go in and say, well, Jason was not in the movie, and someone say, hey, well, they see that he was credited as an extra, right, your interpretation is like, well, he's not in the movie.
Right.
Because I'm in the industry and we don't consider extras as being in the movie.
Especially if it wasn't like, if your whole job was to be an extra the whole time, and then you're like, because there's a lot of extras that work really hard, that do great background work, and it's not to insult background actors, because they do a great job and they hustle and they work their way up. But there's like sometimes where it's like, I got signed on for a starring role, like I'm the movie, blah, blah, blah. And then also you get edited to an extra and you're like, I'm not even in, what I'm saying? And then it's like, that's what it is. And that's what I thought that. So, and when Deoxy took that and he's like, well, he's in the movie, Aaron's completely wrong. He's contradicting himself. And I was like, well, what Jason was promised and what he got. And I showed you also, I clarified, hold on, let me just finish.
Go ahead.
I showed you that text message where Jason says, I got some BS, consulting credit. And I was like, that's what I was talking about. So here's the thing is, I was not clear enough in what I said. I didn't clarify enough. And I assumed that people would know. That's my problem. Don't make an assumption. Deoxy went on there. He did not offer me an olive branch or a way out to be like, maybe Aaron meant something else. He was just like, Aaron's contradictive. And I was like, oh, why are you spinning that, like throwing negative? It sounds like you're trying to put words in my mouth or negative connotation. And I was like, don't do that. So that's where things got off the rails. Does that make sense?
Yeah, sure. All right. So here's what happened, right? We explained the whole JDF extra thing. Hold on, let me acknowledge someone trying to throw some shade at my guy. Looks like it may be a fan of Bat in the Sun. Look, we allow everyone to speak their mind here. Deoxy is just after clout and got scared when Big Ball Aaron clapped back. Hence the radio silence. Aaron's making exclusive good points. Dog, bless you. That was from Mason. Now, here's the thing, though. You think in, you could just say creator world. And in creator world, a special consultant is not considered credit. But in a non-creator world, when you say he didn't get credit and people see, hey, he got credit right here, they like, hey, they're looking at you sideways. Like, what is Aaron trying to spin this narrative, which I said myself, this victim narrative, and not for Jason, but for Bat in the Sun. That's always been my personal opinion.
That's not true at all, Henry.
Well, that's my opinion. It's my opinion.
I know that, but eventually when you learn enough things, your opinion changes and evolves.
With new information, sure. But
okay.
Deoxy didn't do anything false. You're thinking special consulting credit is not credit. Where Deoxy is like special consultant credit is still credit.
Right. And I understand where that went awry and got off the rails. And I assumed that he was trying to be negative, but also that assumption was based upon other negative assumptions throughout the video and the title. So hold on.
If you watch the video, he says about three different times he's not trying to be negative.
I know that. You can say you're not. That's like saying, "Hey, no offense."
I get what you said. Yeah, I get. All right, go ahead.
So at the title right off the bat, Bat in the Sun lied about Jason David Frank ?
No, Bat in the Sun lie? Did Bat
Hold
in
on,
the Sun lie?
ready? That's true, but that already is a negative clickbait headline. You can't disagree with that. If it just said, "Hey, interview with Aaron sheds interesting information," that's non-biased.
It's YouTube. You're going to have clickbait headlines.
So you're saying negative intent is already assumed based upon getting views.
That is your perception. Your perception is, did someone lie? That's negative.
That is negative. Question if someone lied or not. That's a negative.
That's your opinion. I would never say that it's negative. I would say, hey, it's a good title.
I think
a lot of people clicked on it.
And that's true. And that's the thing is he got what he wanted. Right.
So, I talked to Deoxy. He was like, I wasn't expecting the video to blow up. And I was like,
good for him.
But someone said Deoxy still ain't lie. Now you're saying this olive branches is your olive branch that both of you guys are right?
Yeah, I think we're both leaning on basically leaning on the truth and a lie, or it's not really a lie. A lie is the wrong word then in that case, but basically we're kind of. Huh?
I never thought you lied. Did I think you omitted? Do I think you didn't elaborate enough? Yeah. Do I think you may have misspoke? Yeah. I've always said that, but I don't think you were out here intentionally trying to lie. And I've said that, but that doesn't get brought up. The hate stuff, I'll come on, I'm like, hate.
That's kind of nice. A little olive branch here and there.
But what I'm saying is you're trying to say you're of the opinion that you're both are right.
Yes, because now, like when I first watched it and I posted that thing, and I posted DM'd him because I was like, whoa, like it sounds like you're really negative. What's going on? Left me on red, and then when he left me on red, I was like, well, that's not cool, man. Like, are you just trying to be are you basically trying to be negative for clickbait? So then I posted what I posted.
He was at work, and I think once you posted this, and then you sent the lawyer threats, that's when he posted it on Twitter. It was
I know that. That's when he posted it.
It was after you did this right here,
right?
Where he was like, "All right, well, if Aaron is going to threaten lawyers and post this crap about me, then."
But also, okay, so this
is entitlement, though. This is entitlement.
It's not entitlement at all.
Whoa.
How is entitlement? Explain how it's entitlement.
You're saying that he owes you in a response.
He doesn't owe me a response, not at all.
So why would you post this? Why would you he's ignoring me, so let me blast him on Facebook? Because
it's the courteous thing to do.
That's entitlement.
That's not entitlement.
You want him
expecting other people to be kind and seek the truth. That's entitlement. That's what is
no,
that
it's
what
not, that you're trying to spin it. You said in your next message, interview me or talk to my lawyers. He doesn't owe you an interview. He doesn't owe you a response.
Hold on.
That's entitled. That's 100%. Look, if you could video me,
ask your fans. I don't think it's entitlement to want a response. I'm not demanding a response.
Right,
I think being kind and listening to people is not entitlement.
I'll poll the fans.
Ask them.
I mean, we got
maybe today's kids think that is entitlement.
Whoa! Now you see how you condescending. You said kids. You know,
yeah, the young. Henry, do you know I'm a little older than probably you think.
How old do you think I am?
I mean, I bet you age real well because you look like you're 24 and you don't look.
Damn,
you're
near
not
40.
Yeah. So okay, so I'm a little older than you, but
and most of my audience is over 30, like based on YouTube analytics. So none of them are kids. But when you say sting like kids, that's going to sting people.
I don't mean it to. I don't mean it to. I just think that everyone's younger than me now.
Well, I'm younger than you. Don't age me up. So let's do a poll, everybody. I know we got a lot of Ninja watchers on the Clips channel.
Expecting kindness out of people is entitlement.
Well, no, you were expecting a response. That's entitlement.
If you're outside and you ask someone, "Hey, how's it going? Hey, can I help you?"
But that's not what it was. This was, "Hey, you cut a video on me. Please talk to me." Do you see the difference? I get you want to spin it as something else, but that's entitlement. So here we go. I'll let the audience decide. Is it? We can agree on the question. Is it entitlement to? Entitle. Because I know a lot of people on chat type in the chat. Is it entitlement to request a response from someone that did a video on you? Was that a fair question?
But also the question I asked, the question that I asked him was I mean or was I nice in that first question?
I can only ask one question at a time.
No. Henry, here's what I'm making, right? So if someone comes to you like hard and they're like, "Answer me, mother," like, you gotta talk to me. Then he'd be like, "Whoa, man, like, why you come at?" When I asked Deoxy that question that says, "Hey, would you like to chat?" Was I nice in that? Was I polite in that? Or was
I mean, that was fine. I don't care about the question. The question,
no, but Henry, it matters how you ask the question.
I come at people plenty of times as nice as I possibly can, and they still
okay. So
tell me,
let's say that
you.
if you ask nicely, is it entitlement to expect a response?
Okay. All right. Do we need to add the if you ask nicely part? Because
I'm gonna ask a question, and then that like will offend someone.
All right, look, we're gonna end it. Okay, we ended it. You were already losing, but I want to make sure that you get these results. If you ask nicely, you were already losing pretty bad. If you ask nicely, is it entitlement to want a response?
I guess not want, but like hope for a response.
Okay, hope for a response, and then threaten lawyers after. But we don't leave that. We're gonna leave that part out. Hope for a response. Look, guys, this is what you guys think. Everyone knows my opinion, but hey, we're in a democracy here. We're in America.
Fine. I'll go with. All right. I'll go with whatever. If they say it's entitled, then it is entitled.
Now, there is someone who thinks you're having some mental health issues, and they want to let you know they support you. I'm letting you know. I appreciate it. Please type your questions in the chat because I got to be up for work in like 4 hours, and I still got to edit my Deoxy interview of talking about you, how you really felt. Will that change? I don't know. After he see this, I don't know. But let's go, guys. I do want to shut it down. Anything else? So wait. Going back to the Deoxy video. Did he lie? Did he leave out details? Because you accused him of cutting out stuff, and I showed you that he had the whole clip in there.
Is a statement that's an assumption or assumption that's a statement, is that a lie?
What? Okay.
If you present an assumption as a statement, is that a lie?
He presented that you said JDF didn't get credit. He said he showed that JDF got credit, and he said it contradicts what you said.
Then that is an assumption presented as a statement, which would be a lie. But the reason why I said that this is very slippery slope, because that understanding of that can be a lie to some people and would not be. And where I said, and hold on, Henry, I said that might have been my mistake, assuming, once again, I'm assuming, which is bad, that he knew what I was talking about. So from my perspective at the time, I thought he was lying. But understanding who Deoxy is now, it looks like he has not lied. Does that help? Does that help clarify
It does.
a little bit?
I would hope you delete that post calling him a lie. But anyway.
Well, I did the update on it. I can delete this thing on it.
I mean, like, he wants that shit down. Like, he's going to talk about it. Bat the Sun, please just say sorry to Deoxy and let's get that movie out soon. All right, let's go to the poll, guys. Post your questions. You can super chat questions. Post them. Remember how Aaron was like, I don't got time, but he been here for damn near an hour, guys. Keep that.
I've enjoyed talking with you, Henry. I like the back and forth. We're fighting for truth, and we're fighting for what is the status quo. I'm a
truth seeker, but you came up here, you did it. All the videos that I clipped are still coming out. I still hold my same opinion about what you did on Twitter was horrible. And let's put some correction. The tweets were not deleted, guys. They were not deleted. I did see them. They're still up there. But let's go to the poll. Give me a second to pull up the goddamn poll. All right. So are you entitled? 54% yes on 39 votes.
That's pretty close. That's pretty close.
That is pretty close, but it's still.
That's pretty close. Okay. Well, here, ready, Henry, ready? Then I guess you're right. I guess I was coming across as entitled by that.
All right. Anything else you guys got for him? In my opinion, we won. Deoxy won. I was doing it more for Deoxy though.
Henry, are you happy? Do you feel more relaxed? Do you feel there's less negativity in the air?
It was I don't deal with negativity. I'm exhausted. I'm pissed off you came this late on the stream.
I was busy with grandma all day. I couldn't get on.
My grandma is watching right now. She's gonna be happy, but I am pissed off. I didn't want to blow you off because people would think I'm a coward or something or scared or whatever. But
just to go back to what you were saying, I have no ill will towards Deoxy. I know who he is now, and I've looked at his stuff. And if Deoxy wants me to delete it or apologize, I have no problem doing both. It's very simple to do both. I can say, Deoxy, I'm sorry that I caused you a lot of trouble. And I can delete the post if you want. Those are all fine things.
All right.
Obviously, they affected him greatly.
He was pissed off. He was like, I'm getting a lot of hate now. He's not me. I'm built for it. Deoxy is like, dude, I just want to talk about Power Ranger comic books.
I would just say for Deoxy, always seek the positive, not the negative, but that's not the standard. That's not the standard, as you were saying.
The title was fine. I'll tell you the title was fine, guys. Any last questions for Aaron before he leaves? I told him what people think you got mental health issues going on. Whatever, make of it what you want. Someone said the Power Ranger community should support you. Have you been getting a lot of support from other Power Rangers with Legend of the White Dragon?
Oh yeah, a ton. Johnny Bosch called me today, and I speak with there's a certain select group that I talk to. I'm really, really close with Ciara Hannah. I'm close. I spoke with Serena. I'm close with Font. And then of course, what?
We have a troll that just comes over here and he trolls me, and I don't mind different opinions, but he said you won, so.
Okay.
Aaron won. He does it all the time, and then he'll privately say you lost. It's a funny thing.
But. All right. Well, as long as we came to an understanding and we're both cool, then we both won, and we both, because it's all, like I said, it's all kind of just silly kind of stuff, and we worked it out. It's not like no one's like, oh my God, you did something horrible,
Well, here's the thing. I'm gonna clip this video. It's probably gonna get 1,000 views. And I see we got 2 Aaron ones, which is the person who hated Deoxy, and then I know one guy is just trolling. But there we go. Aaron
also, no one should hate on anyone.
Well, I'm the hate monger, Aaron.
I know, and I'm telling you, don't do that. Don't be hateful.
Oh my, it's a joke. All right. Red Bunny Classic says, "Thank you, Bat in the Sun. We dig." He's a Deoxy supporter. Deoxy he's very beloved. I can't with you guys. My chat. Aaron isn't stealing PPP money.
What is that? Yeah, Austin did. Yeah. No, I know. Yeah.
How's that gonna be? Do you talk to Austin when you see him at PMC?
No, I've never spoken with Austin. After after the comments, well, I saw recently because I talked to actually what's kind of funny is that there's a gentleman on Twitter who's really nice. His name's Cosmic Ranger.
Oh yeah. Friend of the channel, Cosmic Ranger. He was very critical of you before.
I know, but we're friends now. We talk, and he's very nice. And basically, I'm a big supporter of the gay community, and work in Hollywood. Obviously, I have a ton of friends like that. And he was going online, and he was really upset that that community was being targeted, and that Austin was doing that. And what Austin said, and in recent, where he was making fun of gay people and stuff like that. So when you asked me to talk to Austin, I was like, no, I have no reason to. That was so derogatory. What he, right? Am I wrong?
No, you cooking.
Let him cook.
I'm just saying that, like, you can't do that. I mean, like, that's just, and especially like I'm at a convention and wherever he was, like in some, I don't know where he was, but he just thought it was okay to like just do that. And then when he was like, I'm gonna, take Hitler quotes and make them like, he's like, we need to see the positive. And there was just a lot of things that I was like, whoa, like, and this is what I was saying. Like, there's a difference, like us arguing, like we are Henry, right? And like being kind of like, well, he said, she said, you said the lie, whatever. And someone being like, and being derogatory towards a minority group is a different thing. It's a different thing. You know what I'm saying? So I don't ever talk with us, but I ended up talking with Cosmic Ranger because he was venting about how frustrated he was. And I reached out to him. I said, don't be. I was like, I mean, you should be frustrated, but I'm saying, but don't let that get to you, because this guy is just, garbage, and you shouldn't care about what garbage people are. And it's sad that, guy, you're going to take that out of context and you're going to say, Austin, don't quote me on that.
Whoa. You just said this guy is garbage. What are you talking about? That's Austin St. Look, Austin St. John is garbage. You don't have to mince words with it. He's garbage.
Okay, I'm not trying to create a war. I'm just trying to create like a peaceful, like, look, guys, everyone be respected, equal rights, like everyone's awesome.
Nah, dropped. The facade dropped for 1 second, and you call Austin St. John horrible, but he is trash. It doesn't matter.
I think anyone that is derogatory towards any minority or anyone, doesn't even mean minority, just anyone, especially if people are going through struggles, because I've seen it. I had a trans friend who committed because they weren't supported. I have my friend Jason, because he had a lot going on. I see it, and I was just like, you don't need to be. That's what I'm saying. I don't like negativity a lot, and it's like it can set people off. I've seen it affect people.
Well, I doubt he's going to approach you at PMC and be like, hey, I saw you on that track. Well, I'm a trash YouTube magazine guy, according to Austin.
Can I tell you a favorite little trashing Austin story?
Go for it.
I remember Austin was trashing Jason, which I always hated because Jason is the man. And two years ago at Paramorphicon, Austin was not there the same day Jason was. And he was like puffing his chest, like, I'm going to be all that. And then his line was like 30 people long. And then Jason showed up the next day and had like 2,000 people in line. I was like, well, I think that's all she wrote.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Any last questions, guys? Because I'm tired. This has been a goddamn 5 hour and 42-minute stream.
Are your fans happy, or they feel better? Do they feel more like more like even keel, more positive? Like we've all grown?
I don't know. Probably about 2,000 people gonna watch the clip. You have to read the comment section, which I know you're gonna read.
I'll check them out.
But this was I would say this was fine. I'm happy we got to the whole Deoxy did not lie thing. I'm happy you apologized to Deoxy. I'm happy you said you're going to delete the stuff. But as a content creator, the content is going to come out, guys. So I will be releasing all the clips that we had up until Aaron coming out. This clip will also will come out. And shout out to Red Bunny Classics, who said again, thank you, Bat in the Sun. So I would say you okay, but you got to be.
I love the fans. I love the community. I love mixing it up with them. I go on my social media and I'll debate with them, and they'll get all heated. And the thing of it is that in my mind, I like doing that because I like communicating with everyone. I like having an open rapport. And I think that online nowadays, there's too many echo chambers where just too many people get together and they hate and they hate and we're not having communication to where we all can understand each other. You know what I'm saying?
All right. Some advice, you could take it or leave it. Chill with the online posting people who are quote unquote haters and negative on your social, because you're weaponizing fans.
And that's probably true, and I shouldn't do that.
Oh no, it's 100% true. That guy who said, hold on, let me read the super chat. Deoxy the GOAT, big ups to the Mandim. Here, that guy that you said that he said he wanted to Jesus, let me find it. He basically said we ride on Deoxy, and he was like, oh, he was being playful. No, the hell he wasn't. Look at what he wrote right here, where he says, no, I'm calling for violence. I'm calling for violence. I'm calling for all of us to assault his YouTube channel. That video with reports of defamation, harassment, libel, misinformation section, till he either leaves or removes the video from the platform. So you previously liked the post where he was talking about like, oh, here, I can show you right here. You previously liked this post where he was like, oh, we ride, and you try to play it off like he's joking. Some people called you out on it because you shouldn't do this, because where you think he's joking, this guy is actually calling for violence against Deoxy.
So, okay, which I agree with. I agree with on that. And
you responded. You said, hey, I love your energy, devotion, passion, but no violence towards anyone. And he said, hey, right, I'm calling for violence.
Right. So here's what I would say to that. And I'm not disagreeing with you, Henry. So I'm saying that when you spin information, it basically throws violence on people. Well, which was what?
You made so much progress.
Right. I'm saying you shouldn't do that. And you shouldn't do that.
But Deoxy didn't spin any information, man.
He made a stunt of things that he presented as facts. But
I thought we were past this, man.
No, I know.
I thought we were. You literally apologized. You said you shouldn't have said this, and now you said he's spinning the information. I'm like, bro,
Henry.
Even the chat is like, no.
No, Henry, I'm teasing you.
Oh, okay, all right. You better be goddamn teasing me. I'm like, Jesus, I'm sensitive for Deoxy. All right.
No, I'm joking with you. No, but that's why I posted that. I said no violence. I don't want any violence towards anyone.
All right. Someone said, hey, Aaron, you look like Jared Leto Joker from the Snyder Cut.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing? It might be a bad thing.
All right.
I don't know. Good thing.
I think some clarity has been restored. You are really brave. For you and Tammy got the biggest balls. I swear to God. Tammy's
we have nothing to hide.
Tammy's balls are probably bigger than yours, because they was really coming for her. Deoxy and Ari Fortnite stream to squash the beef. You play Fortnite?
I don't. Sorry.
All right, well.
I want to say something about people, and this is a serious thing, that people need to leave Tammy alone. She is not. I know people really paint her out to be the villain, and as someone who intimately knows the family and the situation, how everything went down, it is completely unfair to blame her, and that it's her fault, and that she came for Jason. She truly loves Jason, and she is doing everything she can to support his legacy. And while you guys might not understand that, you guys don't understand all the details, and it is assuming that she came for his money, which was not true. You know, what are you laughing at?
I'm laughing because I proved all this to people, but there are still people. Look, the people who think Tammy did something, we call them flat earthers.
Okay,
they have their own sound effect.
She lost, you know, her daughter, her grandson, and her husband all within like 18 months or 14 months, and I think she's incredibly strong. And people need to not razz her and threaten her, and like that's something that's a different thing also. So I'm glad that you take the stand against that.
Oh yeah, I've spoken to Tammy. I've lamented that she had nothing to do with it as many a times as I've could. I've cut hours of videos on it, but there are always going to be people who, and I do the same thing to them. Where with you, they say, "Well, she did it." I say, "How? Where you got proof?" They say she's lying. I'm like, about what? I always challenge them in the comments section. I don't delete the comments. I always challenge them because I know they're not going to respond with anything of substance.
Yeah.
So,
but that's good.
Guys, he came up. He answered every question. We got the apology for Deoxy. We got some clarification. He's going to remove the post. The video of Deoxy kicking your back in is still going to come out. I'm sorry. Content is content. But this video will also come out as well in its entirety. It's going to cost me a lot of money. My editor is going to be working overtime. But any last words, Aaron? Any last words from y'all? Because I'm shutting this down in 5 minutes.
I am always available to chat. I'm always trying to keep things positive. I hate seeing everything get so negative. I want to be as truthful as possible, so I'm always here. Like people, thinking that I'm milking, which makes no sense. If anything, I've lost money on White Dragon, or making these negative assumptions without having the facts. You can just ask me, like if all of a sudden like Brent or whoever loaded up with questions about ask Aaron this, I was like, I'll answer them for you. I have nothing to hide. Like I'll talk to you guys. You know what I'm saying?
Much respect to you. I'm telling you, man, you come what a lot of people in the Power Ranger community don't understand. If they come and have a difficult conversation, they'll win more fans. But there are a lot like the Karen Ashleys, the Austin St. Johns, they avoid these conversations. And if you ask about them, then they'll shoo you off.
Well, it's like I used to work at, that's funny. So I used to work at Apple forever ago, and I was like head of their customer service department. And people would come in all angry about whether they're not working. This is like 15 years ago. But, and you're like, I understand why you're upset. Like, it's confusing. This is like, there's information that's not privy to you. And I get that you're upset. Let me relieve that. Because there's an answer. So if, when I was listening to Brent, be passionate about. I saw
you back there like, oh my God.
I was like, bring all these questions. I'll answer them right now, because he's like, he has all these thoughts and a lot of people don't know the film industry and the way it works. And I'll be like, I would love to. And what's weird is you end up kind of living in a vacuum where it's like, like I know what I like. Okay, you said something. I caught this earlier where you said this, and I was like, Henry, I go, we live in different vacuums. Where you were like, it was about the Amy Jo Johnson thing, right? When I threw shade at the return, and you were like, Aaron had to know that was Amy. He's like,
I'm like, there's no way everyone. Look, okay, go ahead, you got the floor.
Henry, do you know how many rings Tom Brady has?
Was it 6 or 7? I think 7, right?
Okay, 7. Very good. Okay, good. Okay,
he's
good.
Good. That's my goat right there. I'm like, 7.
You love Brady?
Man, he's an American hero.
I agree with you. Okay, cool. So a lot of people don't know that, and I would say that Tom Brady and the 7 rings is more popular than what we're talking about. Now, I'm saying those are just two different vacuums that we live in. I didn't know, honestly. You're like, Aaron, how could Aaron not know? I didn't know. Like, you could talk about right now, for example, like Fortnite, really popular, right?
Yeah. I never played it. I I don't know about that shit.
And people could be like, Aaron, how do you not know? And I was like, or like, Aaron, name a Taylor Swift song. I was like, I can't. And it's not to say that she's not popular. She's popular. Obviously she's crazy popular, talented, all that kind of stuff. But I couldn't name one. So
you're trying to convince us that you had no idea that Amy Jo was
I didn't know that. I didn't know that at the time when I was purely throwing shade at Boom. I didn't mean to throw it.
Look, man, we'll never agree on that. We'll never agree on that.
But not, it's not an agree. I'm being honest with you. I didn't know that she wrote that.
I don't believe you. How about that?
Why don't you believe me?
Because the comic was too goddamn popular. And you, who've done Kickstarters before, who live on Kickstarter, you know what I'm saying? You've done plenty of them. I find it very, very hard to believe that all the promotion that they went into promoting the Kickstarter or Kickstarter breaking all the records for getting funding.
Well, first of all, I believe that my comments came at the very beginning of that Kickstarter, right? Not at the end. Second of all, because once all this stuff happens, then I was like, oh, I understood everything happened. But at the beginning, how would I know that? Just because it's on Kickstarter? Also, I don't live on Kickstarter. I ran three Kickstarters, 2 of them successful, but that was like 2 years ago. Like, I don't go on Kickstarter. I don't go on Kickstarter every day and like donate to Kickstarter. Like, that's not something that I regularly like check up on.
I'm being facetious, but you know what I meant.
But you're making an accusation.
I'm making an assumption. That's my assumption that you knew.
I'm letting you know, as I've been very transparent. I did not know. But if I knew at the time, I would have clarified it, because I am not and I've been very clear on this. I am not accusing Amy of doing any of that sort of stuff. And they're like, well, why would Amy do that? And that's why I was like, well, I mean, there's obviously reasons why. I'm not saying that she's actually doing that. And I've never in any of my interviews said Amy's a bad or Amy's this. Amy's great. I have no problems with Amy.
All right. Now, here's the thing. My last thing.
Okay.
Sports and who's better. You said, hey, you can definitively tell who sports is better. You can't, because Robert Horry has more rings than Michael Jordan. So he has
Okay.
12. So if you're going by championships, he would be the greatest basketball player to ever live.
Okay, so you're gonna go. Okay, so ready. So if you want to break this down. Okay,
Let's
so
break
check
it down.
this out. So you have Jackson, who has more rings than both of them, I believe. But that's also if you count his coaching, though. But so you it's accumulation of things, right? So here we go. Ready? Who's the best quarterback to ever play the game?
Well, it's Tom Brady. There's no argument there.
Oh, but I thought we couldn't define it.
You could define it by championships.
But I just thought you said
it's clear cut. But it's clear cut though. Robert Horry sat on a bench, so I can see where you're going. But Robert Horry sat on a bench.
But okay. So let's say you definitely can define who is better at sports, but you have to look at a lot of things. Championships is a big one. Now, what?
Someone said it's clearly Joe Montana.
Well,
look.
I mean, I could give you reasons why that's not true, but also why I think Joe's great. Because here's what I would say. I go, the greatest quarterback of all time thinks that Joe is the greatest quarterback of all time. And who's going to disagree with Tom Brady?
Ooh. All right.
Right,
look, man. This is not a sports conversation. Any goddamn more questions about him? I see we got, what about Hector David Rivera? You know that guy? The guy who pushed the old guy?
I've met him once. I don't know him.
All right.
But he put hands on women.
Oh, you saw that too, huh?
I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah. That was me who showed that. But this interview is a win. Win. City girls down. Wee woo. Wee woo. If y'all got no more questions, then I'll probably stay on for like 5-10 minutes after to talk to you guys. But we'll let Aaron go, who said he didn't have time, but he watched the Deoxy video. You got sucked in.
I got sucked in. But we listened to the whole video, and
we didn't listen to the whole video. That was just the part. That was the part of contention. That was it.
The part you wanted. Yeah. But you know what's funny though is that here's I think a funny thing though, and I feel like we still never have discussed it. So originally, Frances reached out to me when I did the interview with her, where she was like, "Aaron, all the people are getting restless and they have a lot of questions and throwing shade, right?"
Yes.
So she's like, "We should do an interview." I was like, "All right, cool, we'll do an interview. I want to offer clarity." And then most of that interview ended up talking about like Boom and Draken and a lot of these other things, which I was like, oh, that's not really what kind of the whole reason why we were doing this. And then that everyone got focused on that. And then Deoxy made his video, and then it became about that, and I was like, well, the whole reason why I did the original interview in the first place was to answer questions about White Dragon, which I don't think have really ever been answered. So I feel like we haven't really done the thing that I want to accomplish. And you guys were asking about the movie, and I was like, I want to answer questions about the movie.
I'll tell you this, man. Is not too much interest in Legend of White Dragon. Now, if you come out and say, I would say, sit back, relax until you get a release date or a streaming service that's purchased it. Then come back and say, hey, video's finished. Here's a release date. Here's the streaming platform. Something like that. But this is way more interesting. The Deoxy beef is
that's what we are saying, Henry. We are saying that we're working on waiting for the movie. We're going to release the release date when the movie's done, and we're looking for a streamer.
That once you have that, that's when you should have your next interview. Probably on Francis' channel. Whoever channel you should do it on your channel because you got the biggest platform.
It'll get announced in the trades, like in Hollywood Reporter and stuff like that. We'll get it out there. But I'm just saying to offer. I know people are frustrated right now, and I hate seeing people frustrated. That's why.
I mean, it is what it is. I've edited videos before that took me like a month to do, and I'm just like, dude, I'm working on it. Leave me the fuck alone. But maybe you're not in that position to say, leave me the F alone. And then the video came out. It did pretty good for me. And that's probably what Legend of White Dragon is going to do. But someone came on and said they saw it and it looks like beatdown quality.
Saw the movie?
They saw some clips. They was like, yeah, I saw clips, or people saw clips, and it looks like it's just a beatdown. I really don't care. I don't.
Where did they say? Did they say where they saw them?
No, but I definitely know this guy is connected because he. I'm not going to even dox him. That clip is going to come out too, by the way.
So I'll just say this then. So our group is very small. And the only way that he would have seen clips is if he showed them at conventions. So we might have seen them there, which those are not finished. So I don't know what he would have seen, but there's no way he snuck into our offices or downloaded or hacked something. That's definitely not a thing that happened, because it's literally just on my computer and that's it. So there's no way. And we're a really small group. Okay. So if he saw one of the clips we showed at convention, then maybe that's what he's talking about.
Maybe. And it's so trivial, man. I don't care about that shit. Someone saying it looked like a beatdown.
But it's obviously it's not trivial.
Here's the thing. I told him this. Even if it is the same quality as a beatdown, if it's good, it's going to take off.
Yeah.
If it's good, it's going to take off. There are plenty of like super duper low budget movies and even YouTube videos that it doesn't matter about the filming quality. If it's a good story, good acting, it's going to take off. Yeah. And I did say you're putting a lot of pressure on yourself, because if this Legend of White Dragon fails, it's all on you. I hire an editor. So when people say, "Hey, why'd you clip this?" I'd be like, "Hey, that was my editor. He did that." But if it wins, you do great. Bat in the Sun, you might get more like bigger projects if it does well.
Well, we're already working on we already have another film lined up that's even bigger already, which is thank God. But
is it going to be Kickstarter?
Nope. Oh. It's a different thing. It's a completely different thing, and that's going to be announced next year. We have to finish White Dragon first, but that's already locked in. But we are gonna do Kickstarters for like Beatdown, and we're gonna bring back like probably do some like Batman stuff.
So Jason Font is in the next Beatdown. Who is Jason Font versus who? Batman versus.
It's gonna be Batman 89 versus Shredder 90, like for all of us 80s and 90s kids.
All right. Well, I'm sure I'm gonna watch it, and I'm probably gonna talk about it. But no, I'm joking. But good shit, everybody. 6-hour stream. Thank you, Aaron, for coming on, patient, all that good stuff, and all the stuff you did for Deoxy, man. Cleared up a lot of stuff. I think they hate Mayday down, but as long as you don't be posting people who negative on your Facebook, you should be fine. I'm telling you, don't do this shit. You weaponizing fans. I've seen Power Rangers do it.
I'm sure you're right. I was telling, I was telling my fiance, I was like, I can do better at posting online and clarifying things. And I was like, it's weird because I grew up in a world where like online feels like not real in a way, which that's a horrible way to think of it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, it's all like kind of fun and silliness. And then you see like, oh, people actually get like that bad out of shape. And that's like something that I need to recalibrate.
Telling you, man, don't do it. I mean, if you're gonna post it, erase their name and shit, because you got people out there who want to go punch Deoxy in the face. And
no, and I don't. And anyone that's watching that's thinking that, don't do that. This is, like I said, this is all in good fun. We're debating, we're arguing over superheroes. None of it is ever to be ever.
Yeah, like if anyone promote violence on my channel, they'll be done. They'll be gone. You're not a fan of me,
right?
Or Jason or Aaron or anybody doing anything of violence. So
yeah, none of it's violent. No. I mean, like, again, this passionate debates, but that's all that is, though. That's not supposed to that. So if I offended anyone, I apologize. That's not the intention. Peace and love to everyone out there. That's what the Power Ranger community is about coming together, different ethnicities, different, orientations.
It is, but we're so divided as you see.
No.
So divided. So
look for bring us together, not divide us.
Well, we'll see what happens, man.
You know what? And I've made mistakes in that world too. So it's like, we just got to do better, right?
Yeah, someone said I'm fake. Like people, it's no winning. And these are people who've known me for a while. And he's probably gonna tell me I'm fake, like when we on voice chat, like you fake, Henry. So it's all good, man. Well, I fought for Deoxy, and that was my goal. Shout out to Deoxy. But all right. We got to get you out of here, Aaron, before they turn on you.
Talk to Deoxy. Tell him I would love to chat with him.
Oh, he knows. But he doesn't. He doesn't do this. He just comment. If you said, hey, I got this new Legend of White Dragon comic, he'll be like, all right, when can we talk? But he doesn't really do the movies or all that other stuff. He just, because the whole thing was comic book related. That's why he covered it with the not credit stuff. But we're done with that. We're done with that.
Okay.
But watch my videos that come out, guys. All right. Peace, Aaron. Peace. All right. That was Aaron, guys. He's out of here. What's up, Brent? You look warm. You sleeping in that car or what, man?
No, just watching this. It's so entertaining how This guy, he acts so happy and nice, yeah, putting us down, being so condescending at the same time.
Well, I got on him about that kid shit. I was like, hey, don't be calling this kids, man. Everybody like Brent's a goddamn millionaire practically. But
I don't appreciate, like, as fans, I'm sure I'm not the only one. We don't appreciate that. I've seen this nice talk, and then the word, people need to focus on what he's saying, not just the presentation, and that is why people are so fooled. That's why they're like, I am leaving Henry's channel because Henry is drama. He's drama. Yeah. So yeah. So okay. So Aaron,
go ahead, Brent.
So Aaron, you're very common, and that's great. But the thing is, when you say stuff like kids, and like when you talk, yeah.
I apologize for that. That was the wrong choice of words. I didn't mean that. I was thinking that it was a bad choice of words. I was thinking that everyone is younger and like in their 20s and teens, and that was a mistake. I agree. That was condescending. I didn't mean it to be that way. I just said kids because I'm getting real old this year. So, but you're right, and I didn't mean that. That was. Right. So you're right. I shouldn't have said that.
Right. And I'm just I'm a lot of the fans. I'm probably not the only one. Like when you put down the fandom in a certain way, they get defensive. I mean,
where did I in this last interview? Where did I put down the fandom?
So you talked about the streaming service, Netflix, Hulu. Henry asked what you called a loaded question.
Where
you remember?
Which one? Tell me.
So Henry asked, would you put Legend of the White Dragon for a loss on Netflix?
Henry, did we just talk about that?
No, that was in the interview.
No, he's talking about what did we recently talk about, Brent? Where was he condescending in this interview?
No, I can answer that too. I was just trying to.
Go ahead.
That too. Well, go again, Brent.
Okay, so Henry was talking about would you put Legend of the White Dragon on Netflix or for a loss or on Hulu, even to make more money? And you said that was a loaded question, and then you said it's about paying back the investor, which I totally understand, and to help the Frank family. And then in the next sentence, in like a few minutes later, you're like, well, these Power Rangers fans, they're so privileged, or like you didn't say trivial, but kind of like there's bigger problems in the world. We already discussed this. It's kind of like people get turned off by that. That comes across as condescending, and that's why.
But did I explain to why I think that arguing is kind of and I don't mean it to be condescending, and maybe it comes across. I don't mean it to be, and I apologize if it does. I just don't like to get angry. It's like not a good over topics or passionate. Sorry, passionate. But it's not to be derogatory or dismissive or anything like that. And that's why I come on here to be like, hey, that like I want to re-clarify. Talk to me, because communication, words and emotions, they get lost sometimes. So that's what I was saying. Like that's not my intention. And if you felt that way, I apologize. That was not my intention.
Right. And it's kind of like you're commenting on people, on how people speak, all that kind of stuff. And whether you say that in a soft tone or a loud tone, I mean, the fact that you're commenting on how I present things, stuff like that, it comes across as
what can you give me an example?
Like you came on here and said I was angry, passionate.
Oh, yeah, whatever.
So it's kind of like why we should be focusing on what the words that are coming out, because people, they have different ways of presenting themselves, and we shouldn't be like critiquing on that when we talk about these things. We just have the discussion, and if you feel that what we're discussing is too quote unquote heated or passionate, then rather than just calling out, just have the conversation or don't have the conversation. But for you to comment on that, it comes across to me as condescending. And
okay,
so I think, and
I don't mean it to. And
right.
Come across when people are like, if someone approaches you, and I'm sure you have the situation where someone's like, will come at you really hard, and they're like, they're yelling or they're loud, and you'd be like, whoa, man, like you're coming real hard. Let's just bring it down a little bit. And you could be like, that's condescending. You're like, I'm not, I just feel that you're real intense and I want to have a conversation where we're both chill. Right. That's what I'm like trying to come at. Because sometimes when people get, really angry or intense, they can it can snowball. And I was like, oh, let's not have that, because if we can have a sound mind and we're calm, we can have a good debate. Do you know what I'm saying? And so that's what I was saying. Oh, but I changed it though. I have since changed, since you said I'm not angry, I'm passionate. And I said, all right, I'm on board with you. And I have since changed to go, you're passionate, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Passion's great. When people died in back in ancient Rome, they asked not how much money he had, but how much passion he had. So that's like a good thing. So I'm not like, I'm with you on this, Brent.
All right. So
Right.
y'all are good, Brent. You got any more questions for him? Or
Yeah, ask me what questions you have, Brent. Like, we'll stick to the words, not the emotion.
Brent is a millionaire.
Right.
He will be at VIP status at PMC.
Come on. No, I just got the Red Ranger pass. So
Slumming it up, huh?
the Red Ranger pass. So I mean, the Red Ranger, that means that's a 3-day pass, just to clarify. I think Scott made that very clear. It's not just to see Red Rangers, just to be clear. So
Right.
Anyway.
Love to meet you in person.
What?
Make sure you get that picture at PMC.
Okay, sure. Yeah, that'd be great to see Aaron. I mean, in person.
All right.
Yeah,
So we're good. We're good, Brent. You're satisfied.
Any questions I can answer for you that are like really eating at you? Or that
the movie that people aren't talking about the movie. There's 6 producers. I read on IMDb. Is that true? There's 6 producers. Is that, or is that yeah? So IMDb must be poorly edited or something, because I see 6 producers. I'd
have to look and see. I haven't seen the IMDb. I haven't looked at the IMDb page. There are 4 or 5. Let me see. Me, Jason, my dad, Ben, Chris. That's 5. There might. God, I don't want to like misquote and be like Aaron lied. I'm trying to count. I mean, that would be. But Ben's a co-producer, although he does so much work. I can. There's probably another one, and there might be 6. I could be.
And they all had a part in making the movie. They all have creative controls. They're not just people who paid the $10,000 and they got a credit. They're actually deeply involved in the room with you to make the movie. Because some people think that the people listed are just credited because they paid money. They're all involved, right? Deeply involved.
It's Ben Dukes, Chris J, Sean June, Scott Mednick, Aaron, and your dad.
So, well, Jason should be credited on there. I don't know why he's not on there. And Sean June, he's one of the contributors.
Okay, so Sean June is the co-producer, is a contributor.
Yeah,
contributor. So his role in in production decisions is basically non-existent, right?
Correct. Yes.
Okay. But the other people are.
Yes, correct.
Involved. Okay.
Yeah.
And yeah, because people are wondering, like, what's I believe you mentioned in the interview it was 10 years since the initial thought, like Jason approached you, I want to make a movie. That was maybe 10 years ago, right?
Yeah, when I first met him, actually, we talked about doing an original project that's very similar.
Yeah. Someone say, give this man a beer. And a very serious question. Is anyone credited as a special consultant?
Special consultant.
Oh, on the film?
Yes.
No one. There is a creative consultant.
Okay. All right. Well, it looks like Brent is happy, as a pig in mud. Aaron, we're definitely letting you go. Brent is a contrarian on the show. He is like, if I'm Batman, he's the goddamn Joker.
If Brent has anything, I don't want him to have any animosity towards White Dragon or anything like that. I want him to have all the answers. I want him to sleep well at night and know all the stuff, because I want him to know.
One more question. Someone mentioned that the Ranger actors and actresses should get involved in Legend of the White Dragon, help promote it. Is that something you would be agreeable to? Like, he even mentioned Austin St. John being involved in the project. No. Is that something that you'd be open to?
Not Austin, just because of his prerogative.
Right. But the other actors, is that something that you are wanting to have happen, or is that?
So obviously the Rangers that are involved in the film, obviously they're going to promote it. But as far as like the community and other Rangers promoting it, I would be happy to. I don't expect them to. They might, because it's their friend's last movie, Jason.
Right.
and other friends in it. So it would be cool, but I don't expect it. And I would say watch the movie and judge for themselves if they want to promote it. It's totally up to them.
Okay. What's your gym routine? Adam Keefe is like on my ass about it.
Oh, where am I go to the gym? I usually go to the gym at night. I'm gonna go to the gym in about an hour. And I spend about an hour and a half at the gym, and I'll focus. I usually have like 4 sections, be like chest, shoulders, and tris. And the next day is like back, bis. And then you do abs, and then you do legs. But then every day though, you work your calves though, because your calves. And then you should really. There's different things. Sorry, I work out. I've been working out for a long time. It's good to stay in good shape. I tell you who was in great shape was Jason. I could tell you stories about that man that would blow you away in terms of how just impressive he was. Having a background in stunts and fighting, to see Jason and work with him, he really is next level. I mean, like there are a lot of actors out there that are quote unquote, good fighters, but none of them competed the way Jason did. I mean, he was just a machine, like so impressive. But anyways, that's my workout routine. And I eat a lot of protein. I eat a lot of protein, and I don't eat a lot of sugar. I don't drink soda. I don't eat milk. What? Yeah.
How much can you bench press?
Right now, or what's my max of all time?
Right now. What's your max right now?
Probably around 200. That's like average numbers.
Someone said they wish you would bench more. That's it.
Yeah. My max was about 250.
All right. Well, look, man, Aaron, you got to get out of here, man. I got to close down the goddamn show. Brent don't got nothing.
Brent, you have any more questions? What else you got, Brent? What else you got?
He got nothing.
Really?
Man. He got nothing in the tank.
I mean, are you sure you want to? You want to stay longer?
Here's the thing. Also, Aaron, Brent hates Jason David Frank.
Oh, you do?
Yes.
Oh, I disagree with him a lot on a lot of things.
So,
yeah, I do.
I didn't.
So,
right.
you can go, man. Unless Brent, you got like some burning ass question.
No, he answered everything.
Right,
I mean,
yeah. All
right,
Aaron. Peace out.
I want to be honest and transparent with everyone.
Right.
We got another person.
Another person.
All right, look, y'all got 2 minutes.
Oh, wow.
2 minutes, and that's it. Because I know y'all wanted to tell him that y'all support Aaron. 2 minutes, and then that's
Laura,
it.
you go first. I'll go behind you.
1 minute apiece. I'm putting you guys on timers.
Okay.
Hello.
Hi, Aaron.
Hello. How are you?
Good. I'm the one on last stream when you were on Francis. I gave you a hug.
Oh, well, that's so nice. I remember you. I remember that. And you said someone give Aaron a hug, and that was so nice of you. I appreciate that.
And actually, that's kind of just what I wanted to do. I just wanted to come on and say thank you for everything you're doing to honor Jason. He meant a lot to me. Means a lot to me.
Show him the tattoo.
And
she has his signature tattooed.
I have this one, and then
that's good.
And I just want to say thank you, and just hugs.
All
you
right.
know, and my Instagram, if you ever want to get any hugs or need help or support for anything, I'd be willing to support you. I sent you messages.
Okay, all right.
I have.
Okay.
Laura Lynn Germain is me.
All right.
Okay.
So,
Hugs to Laura.
The kind words. Thank you so much. Thank you, Laura. I really appreciate that. And I love those tattoos. I love them. That's great. Thank you so much.
Drew, your 1 minute is going. Go ahead, Drew.
All right. I actually work with Laura. We have a whole setup called Knights of the Dragon. We have a whole YouTube channel where we talk about Power Rangers. We would love to have you on, number one. I have been one of your biggest supporters. I've followed you. I've been with you, and I'm still with you through this whole thing. I've been riding with you. So I just really wanted to show support for you. And I was the one talking about the Ranger community because I felt like they slighted Jason. And we all know that the convention scene for Rangers got started because of Jason. And if he had not done that, they would not be able to do the conventions or making the money that they make now. And that's what I meant by Austin stepping up. I know he's got controversy, but I'm just like, Austin's trying to say he didn't have any beef anymore and all that, and taking pictures with Tammy and all that stuff like that. I'm like, well, show your support for the project, you know, because because of Jason, you're making money. Okay.
Yeah.
Every Ranger's making money. So at least show some support for that. And that's what I really meant, because I feel like you should have some support too from everybody just saying, hey, we support you. We're going to promote. We're with you. We want to see this project happen because this is really important, because the Hasbro deal, it's dying, it's going down, and people are sucking on the fumes of it. And when the fumes are gone, what do we have? It's going to be us trying to do fan films, Henry doing his nonsense over here. It's good nonsense. It's good nonsense. I'm just teasing you. And Aaron, what you do over at Bat in the Sun, the verse battle. So we're holding it together, So it's really important. They want to go out and do these conventions and get paid and everything, but they don't want to give love to Jason. That's not right, man. Right, I'm just saying, when I went through chemo, right before I went, I saw Jason and I told him, and we had a talk, and he paused with me, and I knew something wasn't right, but I thought, when I get out of chemo, I'm going to talk with him, but I should have talked with him right then. No, because the first day I did chemo, that's when it was announced that he had taken his life, unfortunately. My first day doing chemo. So I was like, oh man.
Okay. I'm sorry that happened, but I appreciate all the kind words, and I agree with what you said. And, and Jason was that kind person to take that moment. I could have 1,000 stories about how he went out of his way, how he had everyone's, like, on set, because you have the PAs and you have there's like different hierarchy on set of different people, and of like I've worked with certain celebrities that like they live in their trailer, and there's certain people that are very communal. And I was talking to a PA, or he moved to a grip, and he was talking to me, and he's like, I was really having a rough time. He was going through a lot, and he's like, at like 2 a.m, he goes, I messaged Jason. He goes, and Jason like talked with me, and I was like, whoa. I was like, like, to me, that's so unique, because a lot of celebrities, big or small, don't take that effort to be like Jason knew everyone's name. And then eventually, this is early in the White Dragon stuff, and then I was like, does everyone have Jason's phone number on set? And everyone was like, everyone had it, and everyone would just talk with him, and like sometimes like Jason was just there for people. And I always say that I worried that Jason gave so much to everyone that he didn't keep enough for himself. And that's not to make everyone feel bad, but I could just see that Jason felt very responsible for his fans. And that is addressed in White Dragon, that the character of Eric Reed in the movie is very much Jason. And I think a lot of people are going to be surprised at how real and raw and emotional the film is. And really how his character and my character are actually both Jason in real life, and the conflicts that he internally had. And how Jason carried the weight of the world and on him. So I think when you watch the movie, you'll see that. And he felt really responsible, because he'd cry to me about stuff like, I wasn't there for that guy. He wanted me to be there, and I didn't get back to him. Like, I'd see that. So I love hearing that he was there for you, and seeing Laura's devotion and how the energy radiates between her and Jason. I'm like, I could see that. So I think that's both.
Last thing, 30 seconds, Reek, and then Aaron is going, and I'm shutting down this goddamn stream, and I hate all y'all for freaking keeping me up on a 6-hour stream.
We're all on the same team. We're all Knights of the Dragon, Aaron. All three of us.
And I got a project I got to oversee.
Giving me the time, Aaron. This is full circle for me. I met JDF twice on the Power Ranger Protection tour, going through a bad breakup, tumbling down the rabbit hole. That tour changed my life. Jason changed my life. I wrote a script for him because I always felt like his struggle in the movies, he never got that role. He never got that action movie. I mean, he was close with Bloodshot. But long story short, my homage to him as a fan, Power Rangers is so much to me, because I don't know what it is about it, but the brand has a trauma response. Right. Kids who have been through a lot of stuff usually gravitate towards Power Rangers. I know I did. I know a lot of people in the fandom who love it as much as I do have been through a lot of stuff, right? So long story short, I had to meet JDF. When I met him, he pulled me out of that mud, just meeting him, his energy. So to feel and to lose him the way we did, I made it my business to get the movie that I handed to him that day. It was a title called Rise of the Ninjetti. I'm a super Ninjetti fan. I'm working on a fan film. Drew, my buddy here, has an amazing resume. We've got a bunch of people involved. Viking Samurai, OG Silverback. We're trying to make some moves. Watching what you go through is painful for me, But I just want to say I met JDF. I gave him the script. If you need any help from us, we'd love to interview you. So we appreciate you coming. I'm sorry you're getting caught up in a bunch of this comment and YouTube drama, but you got real fans, real supporters out here, and we got a movement going. We'd love to talk to you more about and tell you more of that JDF involvement. But Drew and I have a show called Knights of the Dragon. It's in honor of JDF. We'd love to have you come through and finish this properly and give you the shine you need, the promo you need for this movie to get it out and get the people behind you the right way for the squad leader. So he basically went back and commented, did multiple pictures, and the story came about because he didn't want to sign a Draken figure. So he told me that he didn't like Draken after I gave him my script idea and said, I'm just a helmet head. That's the point of the whole story. So I told Henry this like 10 streams ago, and you coming on here and confirming it is so awesome to me because it shows that JDF was so genuine and true. Even to his fans, I was a nobody.
Okay,
and he told me a 12-minute story that changed my life. And I met him twice. So for you sitting here, man, there's hope for the movement. Rise of the Ninjetti. Hopefully we can meet and talk one day. And we're good. Henry, you still the man. I appreciate it. KOD, we're here.
I appreciate
it. The sun. The beatdowns are awesome. Everybody. You're iconic, bro. Don't let them tell you otherwise.
We love you, man. You're doing good.
I will do your live your podcast, and then maybe we can do. I want you guys and your whole nights to do a reaction video to the movie when it comes out. Do a review, Henry. I want you to do a review. I want you all to be guests. Lay into it. Maybe we could do a watch party and we could talk about it.
I was gonna bootleg it and watch it on Discord with everybody.
I want to leave you with